And we are finally live, folks. Sorry about the delay and sorry about if you were in the live stream and then you got, I don't know, abruptly kicked out or whatnot. Was having many technical difficulties and now I'm having a light difficulty. Is it just because I don't have enough lights? Hold on. Having all sorts of weird difficulties. Hold on. Having weird. It must be the fan. Oh, that's probably why. Because the fan is reflecting off of me. So it's giving me I got it now. Because I'm like wondering, why is my camera not working proper? Like I said, technical difficulties. First, it was it was OBS. For some reason, I tried to hit recording. I accidentally hit recording and stream, even though I was streaming already, and it just canceled everything out. I got a button that, starts up both things and everything, and it canceled everything out. So I had to reapply into it for the stream. I had to reapply for the stream to make it, the stream for Star Trek Resurgence. And then I had to go to YouTube. Then I had to go to my website page editor so I could put in the new header, which if you're watching this mobile, sorry that the YouTube part of the website is all fucked up because I just had to throw it in there quickly. You can just resize it and make it your own. It's not a big deal. But I had to redo it because I don't pay for the premium edition of Squarespace, which allows you to add the special codes and stuff. So I have to get around that bullshit by doing some clever trickery work with Squarespace to let me get my code into my website the way I want it, because I don't pay for the extra expensive premium edition of Squarespace. So that's kind of bullshit in itself anyways. But anywho, got it all working, threw it up. Sure, technical difficulties all the time. It ended up me starting this a little later than what I originally wanted to, but that's okay. And, it's all working. I had to test it out while I started the stream. But everybody, welcome. Welcome, one and all. It's Friday. If you're not watching stuff like from the Summer Game Fest from Jeff Keighley or anything right now, you're going to be watching me. Hopefully I didn't screw up anything. For anybody, I know some people had, the stream on the docket. Oh, no. Sorry, I had to reinstall the stream into the YouTube because nothing can be simple. You can't just restart your original stream. If you have a scheduled stream, you just got to go with the stream, right? You can't just, I can't just redo the stream. Nope, you got to go make a new stream. Everybody likes to make things difficult. Luckily, I was able to do things quickly, and now we're back in action. For some reason, my chat doesn't work anymore, and I don't know why. It's OBS, because I'm using chat in OBS. I could bring up... Here, I'm just going to get rid of OBS chat here for a second. I will bring up the website. Let's see here. Or the YouTube site. Sorry. The website. I will bring up YouTube. I will bring up my stream here. Now note, I will probably have a double stream going here. Or, I'll have a double... whatever. I am going to... Sorry. The website. Okay, I'll pause my stream. I'll mute my stream. Because all I want is the chat. And for some reason, now it wants to only give me video. What happened to when I used to just be able to do the chat? Is that a thing? And YouTube chat doesn't really come up anymore, which is another weird thing. It doesn't come up normally. Like you got to do something. Not that I really ever talk to anybody in the chat, but let's see, does this work? Like, YouTube's chat part doesn't come up right away. And then you got to wait for a little bit for YouTube to load up their chat. Something broken with their chat. YouTube, something's broken with your chat. So if you can't chat with me, I'm sorry. Something's broken with YouTube chat. I'm trying to wait for it to load up something here. Usually it does. Oh, wait, here we go. Top chat. I want live chat. Yeah, there we go. Can I... Oh, yeah, pop out chat. That's what I want. Pop out chat. Yeah, okay, that's working. So I can minimize that. I could just keep the chat here. Right here. I'm doing this on the fly, folks. Like I said. Live is always live. Yes, yes, welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, let's see here. I'll type something. We are live with Star Trek. And I'm going to spell this wrong. Resurgence. Here on OldFreakyGamer. Enjoy. Doing this in live. There we go. OldFreakyGamer. That's weird. Yeah, so if you want to chat with me, folks, YouTube chat is up and running. I got the pop-out chat working. Don't know why it's not working anymore in OBS. OBS, fuck it. OBS has been really... They got the control panel. What's the YouTube control panel? Okay, chat. Here's the chat again. Okay, now it's coming up. Before it wasn't coming up, but it isn't showing properly. Oh, there we go. I want live chat. Okay. But it doesn't... Wow, things just don't work. Okay, so, it's... Live chat is working now. Now, if I get out of this, does it take a while? Is that why? Okay, let me see. I know I'm working on this on the go, folks. Let me close the other window for a sec. Because I don't want to have too many things running. I already got Cookie Clicker running in the damn background. I don't need another thing. Are we getting any sound here? Oh, that's that. Oh, okay, Elgato. I was getting worried. I'm like, is there no sound coming from my Xbox to the stream? And I'm like, oh, I was looking under desktop audio and not other audio. That's good. Don't worry, folks. We're going to start in a second. I'm just testing here. Okay, loading. Okay. Notice it's all me on here, on this chat. Whoa, now it's like, no, now you gotta, what? Now it wants me to sign in. Why? I was just, Google, what the fuck are you doing? Okay, hold on. Now I gotta sign in because Google's being a little biatch. Hold on. I'll figure this out. Loading into the chat again. I actually have to sign in. For some reason, I've been signed in to Google for how long now on everything, and now it's like, no, you got to re-sign into your Google account on your thing here. Okay, fuck you, Google. Fuck everybody. Oh, I gotta do the 2-step verification thing. Gotta make sure it's me. Whoops. Yes, it's me. Who else would it be? I had to confirm recovery. No, I don't want to add. No. I just want to go into chat. There we go. I'm back in the chat. No thanks to you, Google. That's another thing. All these account services and everything, they're always all screwing up and stuff. And it's like, oh, yeah, you got to re-sign in on all your accounts and everything else because it's past a certain amount of window. Okay, I do not fuck up with my, my security on all of my devices and on my website, everything. I am very secure. You don't have to sign me out and make me re-sign into everything because you think it's going to be more safe. No, you're just going to piss me off because I want to be able to, keep things in my life simple. But no, Google and others, like, no, you got to re-sign in, you got to put in your password, and that takes a lot of time. If I want to get into my NAS system, it's very simple. I just type in my NAS name, and then it bings to my phone. It says, do you want to sign in with the phone? I go, yes. I do my fingerprint. I don't have to enter any passwords or anything else, and it logs me into my NAS server in my house. Very simple, very clean, very easy. No bullshit. Everything else, a lot of bullshit. This camera, I don't know why this camera's going crazy. Is it because of all the lighting? I don't know. Let me see. I can try to check it here. Auto detect. I'm afraid to change anything on here because it's all hunky-dory. Let's make this a little darker here. Maybe this will fix it. Nope. Still getting the flashy. No, wait. Did that fix things? It's still getting the bright, and you'd think having all dark everything is the best way. Buffering. What does buffering do? Does buffering do anything? How come it won't tell me? Oh, wait. Buffering. Okay. The lowest latency playback, but the cost of frame playback accuracy. Auto detect default sets enabled if the device is delayed. Enable buffers, video, audio. Ensure the smoothest and most accurate playback possible. I don't know. You're just going to have to suffer with me. I think it might be just because the fan is shooting out extra light above me. I can never win. Okay, we're here for a live stream, a gaming live stream. This is a gaming stream. Go figure. I'm Mr. Mike. Thank you for joining me. We're going to be playing some Star Trek Resurgence today on Friday. Wait.
It's game time, folks. Game on with Mr. Mike.
Hell yeah.
Knock, knock, open up the doors.
Is everything blasting on my side here?
Enjoy your game.
That's a good game.
Okay, there we go. Got to make sure all the squawk buttons are working. Yes, so why did I choose this game to play this Friday? Well, folks, it's a game. I like Star Trek. I like Star Wars, Star Trek. I like everything about the franchises, or a lot of about franchises. I am a big Star Trek fan first, Star Wars guy second, due to the fact that I don't know, for some reason Star Trek just got me, and Star Trek Generations first before Star Wars got me. So and my video is bothering me. Why? I could turn off the fan, but I like the nice air in my room here. But yeah, Star Trek and all that really got me really good because it was just more stories, more everything. And is it just my camera that's not working? Hello? Sorry. Everything bothering me today. I'm just letting it. Oh, boy. I got to fix this thing. Anywho, Star Trek with the stories, the storylines, going in different places, going in different things, always fascinated me even more than Star Wars, because Star Wars, it always went down one general direction with one general group of people. With Star Trek, you got many different groups of people, many different walks of life, and you go down many different paths and storylines, and that's what always got me about Star Trek. Now, Star Wars, sure, it's got its goods. There's a lot about bads of Star Wars, but there's more. I think there's more goods on the Star Trek side than the Star Wars side. Not that I hate, like I said, I am not prejudiced on either or. I know there's some Star Wars fans out there. There's some Star Trek fans. I am both. It is just like everything else, like your Lord of the Rings. You got this and that. I'm not too particular on Game of Thrones, but I might give it another shot. I only watched a few episodes, so I don't know. I didn't like the game when they had the Telltale game of it, so it kind of blew me off. And there's stuff that I like. There's stuff I don't like. I'm not a big Harry Pothead fan. I watched the Harry Pothead movies, but they're okay. They're not the best to me, but people love them. It depends. It depends. It's one of those things where it's up in the air for me. Anywho, I wanted to play Star Trek Resurgence. Just got done playing Hellblade 2, Suna Saga's Hellblade 2, or Suyan. I can't say her name, sorry. Hellblade 2. Let's just call it Hellblade 2. Fuck it. And beat it. It had its decent. It had its goods, bads, whatever. It is what it is. Played that. Now I'm playing other stuff, like I'm playing some old Yakuza games again, playing Cookie Clicker, which if you want to consider it a game, to me it's a game because I got it off of Steam for $1.40 or something, and it plays like a game. And I felt like I wanted to go back into the world of Star Trek, and there was never really any good Star Trek games out there. There were some decent ones, but not really good. And then the ex-Telltale people... Some ex-Telltale people did Star Trek Resurgence, and I heard a lot of positive things about it and the story and stuff, and I gave it a little bit of a try. I gave it like 20, 30 minutes just to try it out, and I liked in the beginning of what I was playing, and I'm like, okay, this is like watching an episode or a movie of Star Trek, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna play this on the live stream. So I deleted the save because I want to start fresh with people watching, not just start in the middle or something. And we're going to play some Star Trek. And before I do that, I want to fix my camera because it's really bothering me. And I don't know if it's just because if it's a light issue or what. I'm going to adjust the lighting here. Hold on. Give me a second. Maybe this will fix things a little bit, or is it going to make it worse? I don't know why I get the... That's what I get for having a fan. Maybe if I put the fan on faster, maybe it'll diffuse it. Maybe that'll help a little bit because it'll be faster. There we go. Maybe. Kind of fixed it. There we go, a little bit. I got the fan on full blast now. So the blades are going fast. I'm still getting video issues. I don't know why. It's these HD cameras. I used the old one and it was working weird. Now I got this new one, this other one here. I don't know if this was a bad one I have or what. Maybe it's time I look for another better video camera for my streaming needs. I need one that does 1080p 60. And I do got this other camera here, but I don't have it set up at all. Seems to be okay now. I haven't moved much, so. If it doesn't bother anybody else, it doesn't really bother me, but it does bother me. I'm a perfectionist, and I like good camera work and stuff, and I don't like it how it's going black sometimes. I don't know if it's the buffering or if it's the lighting or what. I can do a... this is the test portion of our show. I could do a... let's see here. Let's make it all default. I don't know if that's going to fuck everything up, so... Hold on 1 second, folks. Let's see if that fixes anything. Maybe it was doing something because I changed a setting or something. No, it's still kind of doing it. But I changed it so that it wouldn't be... Still getting light and dark. I don't know why. I can readjust my lighting again. It ain't blacking out though, so that's good. There we go. I guess. I don't know. Did I make it worse? Okay. We're going to get to streaming now because fuck it, folks. Shit. If I keep playing with this, we'll be doing this a whole stream, and I don't want to be doing a whole stream of playing with my fucking cameras and shit. I'm just going to have to fix some lighting shit down the road and whatnot, and... I'll just have to fix stuff down the road. I don't know why the camera isn't working like it should. I really don't. I don't know if it's because it's something where it's getting light and dark. I got proper lighting here. As you can tell, you can't see anything because the green screen's working good. I just don't understand why the camera's working the way it is. I don't know if it's just doing it because of a lighting issue or what, or if it is the fan. Now, if I turn off the fan, I'm going to turn off the fan for a quick second. Now, if I turn off this fan will stop periodically. I wonder if that fixes stuff. No, the camera's still doing it. It must be the camera. It must be this camera. It's probably just fucking up with the light and stuff. I don't know. I don't know why you're doing that, Mr. Camera. Come on. Yeah. Like I said, I don't like technical difficulties at all, especially lighting on me, because I got perfect lighting on me right now. Like, everything seems perfect. The camera is going light and dark, light and dark. It annoys somebody like me. My OCD-ness, it affects me. It affects me greatly. It's not the fan, so I could turn my fan back on. I thought it was just the fan blades. Okay, so I know it's not the fan. It's just the camera's being a shit. Anywho, we're here for streaming. Sunday, I am going to be doing my talk over. It's not going to be live, but it's going to be my talk over of the Xbox Games Conference, or what do they call it? The Xbox Conference, Summer Games Conference. It's going to be the Xbox Conference, and then it's going to go into the Call of Duty Conference showcase. Yeah, Xbox Showcase. It's going to be the Xbox Showcase and then the Call of Duty Showcase, and I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to talk over that stuff. I'm going to do my podcast. That's going to all go up hopefully Sunday, the end of Sunday, depending on how long they are, how much editing and stuff I got to do. I got to do a lot of that. And then Monday, there's going to be the Ubisoft Forward event. And that I am going to do. That's going to be pretty interesting. And I'm going to do that and talk over it. I got to stop looking at myself because shit, it's just really bothering me and how the camera is working. And I would love to get the second camera up and running because I bet you it will do a better job. But I don't have it hooked up right now, I don't think. Do I have the second camera up and working? Let's see here. HD capture. Would it be this one? No, it would be this. No. Second cam. HD camera. HD 1080p second cam. No, it would be the Osmo. Anything on that? Nope, nothing on that. Okay. I can close this out of here. Because I don't have it hooked up, so I kind of thought so. Anywho, yes, I'm going to be doing that stuff Tuesday. It's the Ubisoft Forward or UB Forward. What is that happening around 3 p.m. or something? Something in the afternoon. So I'll do that, talk, do all my stuff on that. Try to get out the podcast that same day. If not, it'd be the next day when I get the podcast and the video up and out. But I'll try to get it the same day because I am working. So I'll be doing my actual job. So I will try to get that stuff out in a timely manner, unlike the Sony one where it took me a while to get out. Yeah, this is no bueno for me. But yeah, it should all be good. It should all be really good on that stuff. I cannot wait to see what Ubisoft is going to bring to the table. Eventually, maybe Nintendo will do a Nintendo Direct, and we could see if they bring in any games to the table, if they're going to talk about or mention the Switch 2 at all. I'm very interested in that. I want to try one more thing. I don't know if I have a connection for it. I want to try one more thing with this camera. I want to see if this camera is really effed, and it might screw up everything. But give me 1 second, folks. 1 second. And then we're going to definitely start the Star Trek Resurgence. I know it's a pain in the butt, but, I'm a perfectionist, and my OCD is really bothering me on my video. Watching me black out and work again. Don't worry, I'm still here, folks. Just trying to fix this camera issue. Video camera capture. Add existing. Properties. Okay, we are back. Configure video. Maybe it was focusing too much. Oh yeah, this is... I think this is looking better. I'm not getting any of the flashing. I put it back. I put it on another USB connection here. I don't know if that was the case or if it was just the autofocus. It might have been just the autofocus. But it seems like it's going okay now. And that is okay, because I was getting really upset, folks, with the whole flashing and blah, 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 blah. I can't take the flashing, folks. I cannot take the flashing of myself. Okay, it seems like it's all working hunky-dory now. So, let's see. I'm going to go to full screen here because I'm sure I have to rejigitize it. Yep. Oh, no. Yeah, seems to be all working. Okay. I'm just going to stay in full screen now, folks. And we're going to get it right into playing Star Trek Resurgence here. Because it's working. If it's working, I am leaving it as is. I might have to readjust my lighting a little bit because it's getting a little too bright in here. And hopefully everything is okay. Oh, the camera stopped working. Oh. I wonder if it's because it's on this. Hold on. Not enough power. I wonder if it's because there's too many connections on the one USB thing, and when there's too many connections on the USB thing, shit likes to go crazy. Okay, deactivate, activate. Okay, now it's back to, okay. Configure video. Camera control. Yeah, get rid of that. I don't want that adjusted. Seems to be working again. Let's see here. Da 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 da. There we go. I got that back working. Let me go back to my studio. That seems to be working okay. Okay. Hopefully the camera does not go out again, but I'll know. Okay, everybody, we're gonna begin. This is the technical difficulty show. And I don't know if it's just the camera that's not working. These cameras, I had these cameras for a while. I thought this was a newer one because this was still in box. The other one I threw out because it was just really not working. Maybe it's just, maybe these cameras are just prone to failure. Maybe I might have to get a new Logitech one or something. It has to be 1080p 60 though. I gotta go on Amazon or something and go look for a nice 1080p 60 camera. Okay. Enough about that. Enough about me. Let's get into this. Let's go have ourselves some Star Trek fun. If my video of me goes out, who gives a care, right? Who gives a shit? Like I said, if you're in the chat on YouTube, hit me up. That's just go to OldFreakyGamer on YouTube. Go to the live show. You can go chat me up, whatever. Maybe recommend me some good video cameras that at least do 1080p 60, and then for streaming and stuff, because that work off of USB, of course, USB 3C, whatever, because I would like to know. Okay, and I got to get my headphones on because I can't hear nothing if I don't have my headphones on. And let me know about all the sound, if I'm too loud or if the game ain't loud enough. I always like to know that stuff. Okay, settings. I think everything's good. Brightness, da-da-da. I turned off motion blur because I don't like motion blur. That can take a big hike. Choices. Oh, I can... Okay, that's something weird. Never went into that. Okay, we're going to start a new game. We're going to begin. Welcome to Star Trek Resurgence, folks. I am drinking a nice tea.
Captain's log, stardate 57931.4. The crew is restless.
The crew is
After
restless.
spending too many months piecing our ship back together, we're finally about to venture out on a new mission.
Hell yeah. New mission, an uncharted space,
And the crew is
where no man has gone before.
Slow them down. They're ready for something different. I know I am. Perhaps more than any of them. Fortunately, nothing ever stays the same. It's entropy, the nature of the universe. Change is inevitable. And while entropy says order gives way to chaos, in this case, change is good. Our new first officer is en route to the Resolute. Jara Rydek.
Jara Rydek.
No, she'll bring a welcome dose of new blood to the crew.
Yes, she will. Oh no, we're being hit by a electric storm, a plasma storm. I wonder if I didn't capture that. I wonder what happened.
Thanks.
No problem.
I'm not great with flying. But these little shuttles are the worst.
You don't like flying. And yet,
You joined Starfleet.
you joined Starfleet.
There's a reason I'm not a pilot.
You should try it sometime.
I crash a lot.
Sorry, I'm a little anxious.
I hadn't noticed.
I'm on my way to my first assignment.
Yes, you are.
When we get to the starbase, I'm transferring on to the Resolute.
So am I.
It won't be easy for Jara to step in at the 11th hour like
I think they did pretty good with the graphics
She's half
and
the officer
the
I knew
gameplay
she
so
could
far
become
in this
when she was a
game.
cadet
When I
at
played it
Starfleet
originally,
Academy. She'll be the XO
it's
the
been
ship needs, right?
pretty good. Look, it makes me think I'm watching a Star Trek like show or movie or something, an animated show or movie, because they did a really good job on starting a Star Trek the way it is. Just really cool. I don't know. I just... And hopefully down the road I don't have any more technical difficulties, but, you know, streaming, it's always technical difficulties. Always changing up hardware, software, whatever. An update will screw up everything, but hey, that's how it is. especially for future live streams that I want to do, and you know, future recordings and stuff I gotta do this weekend. Hopefully that
Starbase on the very edge of
the
Federation
Asus
space.
ROG Ally 1 year
Long
review
way
I gotta
from
do
home now.
still. So I want to do my update on that. I gotta record that and go out. That's gonna be a little tricky because I had some weird audio issues with it the first time around, but maybe it'll be fixed the second time around.
Commander?
And that's just me.
I'm not
That's just
usually
how I was
such a nervous
recording
wreck, by the way.
or capturing
I
it.
actually did well
It
at the
wasn't just
academy.
because
Oh, yeah?
the ROG
Maybe you've
Ally
heard
was
of
giving
the
out
Torvallen
bad sound.
test?
It was just me capturing
familiar.
it because
It's a
a
tactical
lot of learning.
simulator that
A
makes
lot
the
of learning to be
Kobayashi
done.
Maru look like a picnic on Pintar's 5. Anyway, I finished in the top 20.
Okay, bragger.
Not just in my class. I mean,
Only top
all
20.
time in the history of the academy. So, there's that.
Really? That's quite impressive.
I'll be nice to
Thank
him.
you. It was tough, but you know, I set my mind to it and it paid off.
Come on over there, guys. Look at her. She's like strutting. Like,
Please
I'm
place your hand
badass.
here.
I'm a badass
Hold it there for a
bitch.
few seconds. Welcome, Commander Rydek.
Wait, you're Jara Rydek? You absolutely crushed the Torvallen test. You finished in what, like the top 3?
That would be me.
Yep, that'd be her.
Now I'm really... It's an honor to meet you, Commander. Sorry, I didn't realize before. I just came off the shuttle and was glad to be on solid ground.
The pleasure is mine. Ensign,
Paul Calloway.
good to meet you.
I believe Commander Ermot is expecting you. He's in the concourse just ahead.
See you on the Resolute.
Yeah, because I'm badass top 3, bitches. I just like how they did all the hallways and everything. It's just like you're being on a actual, you know, Star Trek space,
Good day, Commander.
space station and stuff, and shows you all these cool screens and stuff. Maybe someday we'll have all this in our buildings. People will be all looking at their YouTube and pornos on this. People would just fuck it up nowadays. We couldn't do this nowadays
If I
because
remember my briefing,
people would not.
Commander Ermot is a Bolian.
People would be
Something
really
for
bad
someone
at
with thick skin.
what they would do. They'd be hacking the screens, and you'd be seeing a lot of bad stuff on there. Yes, replicated meals, yes.
Excuse me.
I already know where I'm going. This guy, right here.
Welcome to the edge of the galaxy, Commander Rydek. I'm Commander Jan Ermot, Operations Officer on the Resolute. Commander? I hope there wasn't too much trouble.
She's
getting-
taller than him.
This storm isn't making anything easy for us right now.
It was perfectly fine. No trouble at all.
I'm glad to hear it.
She didn't care.
We're grateful you were able to come fill our first officer vacancy at such short notice. From everything I've read and everything I've heard, we're lucky you were available to us. Coming from a premier starship and all. To our little research vessel.
I'll do my best to live up to expectations.
Oh, I'm sure you'll do just fine. And if I can help in any way, just let me know.
They even could do a good painted background. There she is, the Resolute. She's a beautiful ship, folks.
The USS Resolute. She may not look like much compared to the bigger ships, but as far as science vessels go, she can more than hold her own. And she doesn't look so bad considering 6 months ago she was nearly cracked in half, venting plasma, fighting for her life.
It was an accident?
Equipment malfunction. An accident suggests fault, but No one's to blame. It was a planned test, but the warp core was pushed beyond its limits. It destabilized the dilithium, there was a runaway reaction, and the warp bubble deformed. We thought we could reach a higher resonant frequency, but it was more than she could handle. Cost us our first officer and 22 of our crew.
That's a bad tragedy.
At the end of the day, we're all responsible for each other.
I can't even begin to imagine what that must have been like for you. I'm so sorry for your loss.
Thank you. It does weigh heavy. There are some things you can't forget.
It's been 6 months. What's the attitude among the crew now?
Unsettled. But I hope that a new mission will help them move forward. If not, move on. Listen. I realize you've known Captain Solano for quite some time. And I'm glad you're ready to bring your best. But I should warn you that when the captain announced you would be the new first officer, there were those who felt it was a mistake, that he should have promoted from within. So you might want to tread lightly at first. Until they come to value your contributions as much as he does.
Trust is earned, and it sounds like I have my work cut out for me. But I plan on winning them over.
I don't doubt that. I just figured it was better to know what you were walking into.
Of course.
Starfleet has assigned us a high-priority mission to the Hotari region. I'll let the captain brief you on board. I know he's eager to see you.
Will we be mission ready in time?
We have every intention. The crew has been working around the clock to get the ship ready. There's still so much to do.
Yes, yes. This guy, you could tell he's gonna be one of those fancy pants type of guys.
Stuck.
Yeah, because it's frozen, buddy.
I got just the thing.
They're like, oh, pick the plasma torch. Funny thing is, because I'm such a Star Trek guy, I already knew what the plasma torch was, so I was like, huh, this is easy. If you never watched a Star Trek show, you would never know what the plasma torch was. You'd be like, what the fuck is a plasma torch on this? This is very basic and easy too, which I like. You know, you don't need something stupid hard or anything like that. There we go. Melt that off. Ah, we're opening it up. There we go.
Is that?
Gotta fix those shuttles up, make sure it's all good. Star Trek The Lower Decks. They got an actual TV show of that.
I thought the thing was totally fried.
Hey, yeah, baby. She's a spunky lady.
Nice work, Carter.
Nothing to it, Millie.
And not a moment too soon.
She's one of
Boss
those,
wants done engineering.
I don't think she's
Right
called Trill.
now.
I think that's what's inside of her, but she's like one of those Trill people where she's got the little spots all over her like a leopard. Pretty hot. That's just me. Ah, you almost closed the door on me. Excuse me, guys. Just following my friend here. Let's go, girl.
Engineer.
I heard the new XO just arrived. Won't be long before we get underway. I just hope whatever Chovak called us down for, it's something good. I can never tell with him. I'd rather not end up degaussing plasma manifolds. Hanging upside down makes me queasy.
You and me working together, we can tackle anything he throws at us.
Your optimism is positively contagious.
Oh, he probably likes you, girl. I know I would.
Looks like we got here before.
Lieutenant Commander Chovak.
We were just looking for you, Commander.
Looks like Spock.
Petty Officers Ed Solar,
Because he's a Vulcan.
Diaz. I was beginning to think you would be late. We are all hands on deck right now, which means if you are not at your post at the appointed time, I do not have someone to replace you. A point I have been forced to make to Petty Officer Etzelar on repeated occasions.
Apologies for the delay, Commander.
I do not want your apologies. Simply see to it that it does not happen again.
So, I don't suppose you wanted us down here to check in before we go off duty?
Equip yourselves in EV suits to work on the exterior of the hull. I need you to tune the structural integrity field for optimal performance. The subspace distortions and ionic interference we are experiencing are preventing the proper calibration. But this ship must be ready to depart shortly, despite the storm. The precise nature of these disturbances are not fully understood. But many systems have been affected by the wide band of emissive activity.
Whatever it throws at us, we'll be ready. We've got the best chief engineer in the fleet.
I am a Vulcan, Mr. Diaz. Flattery is not necessary. All that I require is that you do your job.
Yep, because he's a
Right
computer.
now, that entails critical preparation.
A human
because
computer.
long-range sensors show that these disturbances will be more severe at our destination, the Hotari system. You have your orders. Do not delay.
Yes,
Roger
Commander
that.
Chovak. All hands on deck.
What's that?
All hands on deck. That's what Chovak said. You know what that means? It means this ship isn't ready to go out and the brass know it. So they're throwing every warm body at it. And they're going to leave on schedule.
You gotta have some faith, Nilly. Starfleet Command wouldn't send us out if we weren't ready.
6 months ago, I probably would have said the same thing. But this isn't just any old refit or any old relaunch.
Whoa.
Excuse me.
Huh.
A lot of new faces coming on board. It's gotta be tough coming as a replacement. That's for sure.
They seem all right. Something that happened 6 months ago while they were off on another ship? Well, that's nothing to hold against them.
Yeah, you're right. I guess getting a little new blood on board doesn't hurt. Hold on. Now there's an old face I didn't expect to see again. Hey, Miranda!
You weren't gonna leave without me, were you?
Miranda, you're here?
He's
We thought
hugging
you
her
were staying
too.
on the Adirondack.
Transfer came in at the last minute, so I figured I'd...
Now all I know is that right now is they used to be
Looks like you
old
got her
friends,
back
I
together
guess.
pretty nicely. I wasn't sure what to expect.
Don't talk badly about one of the best ships in all of Starfleet.
We've rebuilt enough of her by now. She better be one of the best.
We'll see about that. But I am glad to be here.
Okay, I
He
guess
still
old
owes me a
friends.
bottle of Saurian brandy. Don't think I forgot.
Oh yeah, it's coming back to me now.
Maybe Carter can rustle up that bottle and we can give you a proper welcome. As soon as we wrap up this quick little spacewalk.
Mm-hmm.
Here, let me help you.
Thanks.
So what's the word? Are you back in the security rotation?
Yep. Still running with the usual suspects.
Whoa.
Good to go.
Well, it seems like she likes him.
See you on the other side.
Activating magnetic
See you on the
souls.
other side. Now, how come we can't have spacesuits like that now? They always say, no, we gotta have these super tight ones and blah, blah, blah. And in Star Trek and stuff, they got these really cool spacesuits. Spacesuit technology.
That view never gets old.
Let's go.
Walking on the ship.
Captain Solano should be here momentarily. You'll have to forgive me, I don't know much about Kobleons. But my understanding is you need a steady supply of duridium to keep your cell structure stabilized, or bad things start to happen.
Or bad things.
And we have
I'm
plenty
sure
of
we'll
duridium in
find.
sickbay,
I'm sure
so
we'll
there's
find
no risk
out
of
later on in the game on what
you.
bad things are going to happen if you're
Feel free
not
to make yourself
keeping
at home.
yourself
And help yourself to
duridium
whatever you like from the replicator.
filled. It's like she's got like a form of diabetes or something, right? Gotta have the dilithium. Ion storms. Da, 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 da. Walking around looking at his stuff. Look at those chips. Lots of data chips.
Just a sip of something. Ractigino.
I drink some of my Ractigino.
That sure has a kick.
Easy cleanup.
Jara Rydek. Last time I saw you, it was graduation from the academy. You'd already secured one of the most prestigious assignments possible. And you were burning with enough ambition to fuel 7 trips around the Necrit Expanse.
It's good to see you again, Captain.
I could not be happier to have you on the Resolute. My only regret is that we couldn't provide you with a warmer welcome. The arrival of a first officer to her new ship deserves a bit of fanfare.
That would be totally unnecessary. I don't need any pomp and circumstance.
You've been here all of 5 minutes, and already you're trying to make us more efficient. I like it.
More efficient.
As I'm sure you've heard,
More efficient.
we've had a rough go of it these last 6 months. The ship suffered some damage, but not nearly as much as the crew.
I assume you mean the accident.
That's right. The tragic accident, really. We were on the verge of a major scientific breakthrough. A quantum leap forward in warp core technology. 10,000 teradynes per second. The ability to travel at a sustained rate of speed longer and faster than we ever dreamed. What would have been the crowning achievement of my career. Right there. Within our grasp. Until it all went so horribly wrong. We pushed her too hard, and a warp core malfunction overloaded the system, creating a pressure gradient way beyond what the ship can handle. It was heartbreaking. We lost some of our best people. As captain, I have to take full responsibility.
Sorry if
It
you've
was my
seen some
decision
drop
to make,
frames, folks, because
and I have to live
had
with
some
the
other
consequences.
technical difficulties I had to quickly fix.
You're being too hard on yourself. It wasn't your fault.
But I
It's not a
fixed
question
it
of blame.
now.
It's about responsibility. No matter what the circumstances.
Oh, technology.
In my defense, I will say, I might have avoided the whole ordeal if my senior staff had been willing to trust me. There was a lot of pushback from my former XO, and I think that cost me his confidence. I don't want you to pull any punches. Certainly not on my account. But once we decide on a course of action,
Yes.
I need everyone to fully commit to the mission. Anything short of that just won't work. And that's when things start to go sideways.
Whether I agree or disagree, I can promise that I'll be honest to a fault.
Good. That's exactly what I'm looking for. But at the end of the day, it has to be my call. Look, I'll be blunt. We can't afford another mistake. Or at least, I can't. I feel like my career is hanging in the balance here.
Oh, shit.
We need a win. Something to restore the crew's confidence.
I understand.
Yeah, you don't want to go down as a failure, dude.
More positive note. Starfleet has tasked us with what they're calling a mission of the highest priority. Escorting a senior diplomat to Hotari space. Two previously peaceful and otherwise non-aggressive civilizations now find themselves on the brink of all-out war.
So it's a peacekeeping mission.
I see it as a golden opportunity to not only prove what the Resolute and her crew are truly capable of.
I think they did very good modeling with these characters and the ship and everything.
This ionic storm. Our long
I think this was like $60, $70 when it first launched or something. It was very high priced. I got this when it was like, what, 20 or 30? I got it really cheap when it was on sale on Xbox, on Xbox Game Store. So that's why I decided to buy it and play it, because I'm like, it's
interference will be exponentially greater. But the diplomat will brief us on the details of the rendezvous.
So basically, we're being sent into the eye of a storm, more powerful than anything on record.
Well, yes. But we're taking every precaution. But I don't want to get ahead of myself. I expect we'll have some rough sledding when we arrive, so I need you to prepare the crew for the worst. There's just one more thing I want to clarify up front. The metric that for me will be the ultimate measure of your success.
What is it?
If after serving as my first officer, you don't one day find yourself with a ship of your own, then I will consider it my personal failure. When that might happen is entirely up to you. But it goes without saying, you have my full support.
Thank you. But I feel like I still have so much to learn.
You'll have plenty of opportunity. And if you're willing to put in the work, I'll do everything in my power to help you along the way. Come.
He's like, you're going to get your own ship, lady. I wonder if that's going to be sooner than later. Because I have a feeling he won't last and she might be taking over the ship. I don't know. I just got that feeling. That happens a lot in Star Trek lore and stuff. A lot of people like captains and stuff just get taken out and then new people take over. It looks like the Enterprise a little bit. It's got a little Enterprise-ish kind of feel, but, you know, all these starships in Star Trek have that Enterprise feel to them.
Introduce Commander Jara Rydek.
It's really nice. Then they got the wood, some wooden platforms and stuff. Little
quick introductions.
Nice and slick wood, grain platforms and stuff. Give it that little touch.
One of. Well, what he lacks in humility, he more than makes up for in ability.
A pleasure to meet you, Commander.
He's wearing that little earring.
Next, we have Commander Westbrook, our Chief Science Officer. I've come to rely on his expert counsel on a regular basis.
Pleasure.
Commander Rydek, it is such an honor to meet you.
And this girl, she really likes her.
Tactical Officer, Lieutenant Bedrosian, who's been looking forward to meeting you for about as long as I can remember.
She's got a thing for her.
I've been following your career for quite some time.
Yeah, I can tell you.
And I look forward to learning as much as I can from you.
If anything, the honor is mine.
Well, I have to admit, one of the reasons I've followed your career is because you're part Kobliad, because of what you've overcome. Starfleet stands up for people who can't defend themselves, and you were one of those people once. But since then, you've done so much to protect others who need it. I really admire that. So, you've been something of an inspiration to me. Not that I've done anything close to what you've done.
You really do know a thing or two about me. I'm glad I could inspire you, but it's important to chart your own path.
Thanks. You can count on it.
And then, of course, you've already met Commander Ermont.
Commander
Please
Ermont.
do everything you can to make Commander Rydek feel at home here.
A lot of commanders
I'll
on the board.
Starbase Have an
But
urgent
she's
meeting
first
with
officer.
Starbase commander to get our
So
authorization
she's
to
first
get underway.
officer. He's like,
If they
what,
drag
second?
your feet any longer, we won't make our rendezvous. The bridge is yours.
I get to sit in the captain's chair. Hell yeah, look at that. Okay, bitches, I am the captain now. Ah, yeah.
Commander, Chief Engineer Chovak needs to lower the structural integrity field. He's sent a crew out to recalibrate the emitters in response to the danger posed.
That's always great when you take your first job and you get to sit on the job right away.
We just need your go-ahead.
Permission granted.
Lowering structural integrity field, now.
Entering maintenance mode. Condition blue.
Yep, we all know what's gonna happen
The
now.
storm is getting worse.
If you watch Star Trek show or a movie, you know what happens usually when we do that kind of stuff. Donk, 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 donk. Walk, walk, walk like a spaceman.
Every time we're out here, I half expect to see her in pieces again.
She's still got some scars on her. It adds character.
When I joined Starfleet, all I wanted was a ride out of town. But this isn't exactly how I pictured it.
On the outside of the ship?
No. Sometimes it feels like we're just part of the machinery. Don't you want more than that? I mean, Starfleet is noble and all, but it's still a machine.
Now, what are you complaining about? We got the best seat in the house out here. You wanted to get away. I enlisted because I didn't want to wait years just to get out and see the galaxy. I wanted to go somewhere, see new worlds.
Yeah, I would too. If I can ride on big starships and stuff, sure, it's dangerous, but I'd be up on that, I'd be in Starfleet in no time. I didn't enlist.
Diaz to Commander Chovak. We are at the SIF emitter.
Acknowledged. You may proceed with the recalibration.
Okay, gotta open this up. Gotta recalibrate. Oh yeah, I had a little trouble with this the last time. I don't know why. I just didn't think about what it was doing on that. We'll see if I could get this a little faster. Alright. Move.
Careful. Too much action and harmonics will deflect the alignment.
There we go.
Looks good. That wasn't so hard.
That was a lot faster than the last time. I had that thing bouncing all over the place and I didn't know what the hell I was doing. It's gonna
Commander
blow.
Westbrook, right? Chief Science Officer.
You remembered my name and my rank. Impressive. Yes, I am the Chief Science Officer.
Seems like he's gonna be a little bit of a
honor
dick.
Being the most senior officer on this bridge. I know this ship inside and out. Better than just about anyone.
What a very impressive list of credentials.
This is a
As she
research and
smiles.
discovery ship, first and foremost. Now with a former tactical officer as its new first officer. I'm curious, though. A Kobliad, or half in your case, is an odd choice for first officer, given your vulnerable condition and all. But if, as an example, we found ourselves in a hostile situation, and you were suddenly incapacitated because you needed an infusion, what would happen then? You'd leave Captain Solano without an XO. Granted, that would be a worst-case scenario, but not outside the realm of possibility.
In my entire career, it's never been an issue, or caused the slightest problem. And I don't expect this to be any different.
I'm sure it will be down in this near future. Like I said, this is Star Trek. This is game, movie,
Can I be
show.
blunt, Commander?
That
I
happens.
see no reason to stop now.
There's always a problem.
Sutherland,
They always,
your predecessor, was one of the best
and if they
first
keep
officers in all
repeating
of
that
Starfleet.
she needs
His
like
record was
this
impeccable, and his
infusion once in a
reputation was
while and all that, you know they're gonna bring it up in the game some way,
The
sometime.
shoes you're stepping into are almost impossible to fill.
They always give you those little
He's
ticks
loved
on
by
what.
the crew. And he was one of my closest friends.
They always give you those little ticks in the games or in the shows and stuff of, okay, they're pushing on these subjects, these certain subjects pretty hard. They're probably going to come up sometime in the movie or the game or the show.
Let me
So
give you an update on this ion storm we're flying into.
it's pretty funny.
It's unusual, unlike anything I've ever seen. At the moment, I can't tell you if the Resolute will shrug it off or if we're putting ourselves at risk. However, if we learn more about its patterns, its nature, we can come up with a scientific countermeasure. Just a moment.
Uh-oh. Red alert on red alert.
We've got a massive energy wave inbound.
On screen.
Of course there is.
Tracing its trajectory.
Starbase docking clamps are holding.
The storm's emissions are fluctuating, coming in waves. And if my projections are right, we're about to get hit by a wide-band burst of ionic energy.
Oh,
Like a
shit.
tsunami.
I'm reading power abnormality.
Red alert.
Aye.
Red alert, everybody. Red alert.
Evacuating main gangway and retracting.
Putting sensor visualization on screen.
With the structural integrity field shut down, we can't take a direct hit.
Time to impact. 1 minute.
Shield systems are severely impacted. We have limited protection.
I need every available solution. What are our options?
We can weaken the impact of the storm with a deflector pulse.
I think I tried that before.
There's a better way.
I'm sending all auxiliary power to the deflector dish.
Send the aux power to the shields. We can't reactivate the entire shield bubble, but it's a directional threat. So we can orient all we have towards the wave. You have to believe me.
We only get one shot at this. We can't afford
I
to
did
get it
shields
wrong.
up before.
That's right, which is why we need to send power to our shields.
Let's try the shields
Petrosian,
again.
get those
I
shields
forgot
up.
what it happened.
Rerouting power to shields. Stand by. I need a heading. We've only got one shot.
Understood. On my command.
Boop, boop.
Heading locked.
Raise shields.
This is it.
All hands, brace for impact.
Here we go.
What happened?
We have experienced a surge of radiation.
Oh, you don't say.
This radiation supercharged the plasma, forcing it to backflush through the system and creating a dangerous imbalance.
It can blow out every primary system on the ship.
Just tell us where you need us.
I need you to traverse the hull to the access port to recalibrate the port nacelle plasma regulator.
What would happen if I did the other one now? Would it change? I should have did the other one.
We've reached the first access point.
Understood. Do you see the override for the level 1 failsafe circuits?
Affirmative.
Engage the override. It should allow us to stop the EPS flow to the warp engine without triggering an automatic core shutdown.
Failsafe override engaged.
Are you sure? I am registering some crosstalk in the bypass circuit.
We need to route the signals so they don't interfere with each other.
Gotta put the bilinear chips in different slots. That's how they fix things.
Diaz to Resolute. The failsafes are temporarily disabled. Moving on to the EPS regulator.
Heads up, Carter.
What is that?
What if the discharge is coalesced?
It's coming right toward us.
Oh shit.
I'm gonna try to disrupt it with my phaser.
Yeah. Shot with a phaser. I didn't know a phaser could take out energy.
An up, but you know.
Uh-oh, I got 4 minutes and 50 seconds. Woo! Yeah, baby! Taking out the energy pods. Oh shit! Ah! Oh no, I got hit by an energy.
Yeah. Suit took most of it. Snuck up on me.
That damaged your suit. Energy dampening is down to 60%.
I didn't know it was coming from all directions. Girl, why aren't you shooting anything? Yeehaw! Anything behind me?
We're almost to the regulator.
Oh, you can hold this down, I guess. Oh, it does go away. Okay.
We're at the regulator point. Opening the access panel.
They
Now
got
halting the EPS flow to the port nacelle. We have little time before it causes an overload in the engine. You must work efficiently.
I'm working efficiently. We're in space, goddammit. It's not like it's the easiest thing to do. Gotta turn a lot of cranks.
EPS manifold adjusters reset to neutral.
What do I gotta do? Oh, is that hot? Okay, that's cool. I thought they all had to be in the middle of each other.
Cycle the manifold nozzles, Chovak can...
Oh shit. Uh oh, the docking clamps are failing. Ah shit. What happened there?
Get down! Deers to bridge. We just lost the docking clamp.
Yeah, why did that happen?
We've got a lot of debris coming down. All vibrations, too. We can't finish the EPS regulation in these conditions. Please advise.
We have to release the ship from that other docking clamp or the hull will be ripped apart.
There's a problem. The clamps are supposed to disengage automatically in an emergency, but it's not working.
Oh, shit.
What are our options?
The docking clamps are fitted with exploding bolts for an emergency release.
We've got crew out there. That'd be like setting off a bomb next to them.
Maybe there's another way.
Starbase is hailing us.
Put him through.
Resolute, the remaining mooring arm is failing. You need to disengage from the starbase now. The damage to the station will be catastrophic.
The docking clamp isn't functioning. We're exploring our options.
The option is to detonate the emergency release.
Commander, hear me out. Reverse the polarity of the hull, which theoretically will repel the docking clamps.
And repel the engineering crew right off the hull into the storm.
This is Captain Solano. Put me on screen.
Go ahead. Captain, we have a situation.
Commander, what are you doing? Blow the bolts on the docking clamp.
The captain doesn't know the whole story.
I'm giving you an order. Jara?
All due respect, sir, it's a more complex situation than when you
Jara,
disembarked.
I need you to do the right thing. We can't have this go sideways before we even leave for the mission.
The captain made himself quite clear.
They're gonna get hammered with debris out there. Reverse the polarity.
There is protocol.
And there are lives.
What is the hold?
Yeah, we're gonna have to blow the bolts. I'm sorry.
Blow the bolts. Starbase.
Gonna have to take blowing the
Warn
bolts.
our crew to take cover.
Get it done, Rydek.
They're just gonna have to be careful.
Repair crew. This is Acting Captain Jara Rydek. Be advised, you have more micro debris incoming. Find cover.
Yeah, at least you.
Neely, get under the access panel. It's armored with duranium.
But what about you? Carter, maybe we can both fit behind this. They've blown the other docking clamp. Hurry!
Plasma imbalance is reaching critical
shit.
condition. We are moments from primary system failure.
I got it.
Come on. Oh shit. Let's go, you can do it.
Look out!
Ouch.
I got you.
She's knocked
Petty
out.
Officer Edselar's hurt and unconscious. I'm gonna have to tow her back to the airlock.
Mr. Diaz, the situation has changed. You are at risk of triggering a substantial electromagnetic arc if you approach the main hull the way you came.
But Commander, the way we came is the nearest airlock.
There is an auxiliary hatch near you on the far end of the pylon. You must bring Miss Edselar there to access the interior.
Roger that. Go in there now.
Whoa. Man. Life's a bitch out there.
I'm at the auxiliary hatch.
She's awake. A lot of close calls here.
You go first.
What?
Let me save your neck this
Stop
time.
talking and start doing. You don't talk and you
No
do.
time to fight me on this.
Not on your life.
Let's not let it come down to that.
Just get in there. Of course. Is he gonna be dead? It's gonna be hurt, right? Doesn't seem good for him.
We made it.
Something's gonna happen to him. Got hit with something.
They're safe. Bringing the SIF fully online.
Do it.
Nilly.
I'm good. Help me with him.
Yeah, he got zapped in the head.
Let's get this off.
He's got a cool scar.
Medical. Got one wounded at my location. Carter. You don't look so good.
But he got a cool scar.
You gotta be more careful. I just got here. I'm not ready to see you two get blown to space dust just yet.
Not his fault.
Now let's get you down to sickbay.
Great.
Seems a little dark. Could be just the way the graphics are.
Status report.
The repair crew made it inside. EPS flow is back to nominal levels. The SIF is back up.
How does this affect mission readiness, Mr. Ermot?
The Resolute suffered damage from the exploding bolts, but we've successfully moored to the station. The ship is secure. Our systems are coming back online, but we have a fair amount of repairs before we're ready to go.
Put a halt on the roll-off of Starbase engineering staff. We have a schedule to keep. Send updates to my ready room. Commander Rydek, with me. What a debacle. I was caught with my pants down. Not even on my own ship when the wave hit. I had to go running out of the Starbase commander's office just to... But you followed my order. I appreciate that. Hell, I'm relieved.
I did it because it was the right thing to do at the time. It's protocol for a reason.
That doesn't make this better, Jara. But you see my problem, don't you? They were all against me on that bridge. And they were ready to go against my orders. I'm not blind to it.
I think you're wrong about that. You still have the respect of the crew, and we have bigger things to deal with. We have a high-priority mission ahead of us and a lot to do to get ready.
We're going to have a pretty big problem if I can't count on the bridge staff. To say nothing of the rank.
I think he's got a little issue with trust issues, Capitan. He sees dark souls everywhere.
Drink?
She's on duty. Yeah, but what the hell?
Sure. Thank you.
Synthale.
Your predecessor, Commander Sutherland, is missed. But for all the adoration of the crew, including the senior staff, I just couldn't rely on him. He would question, undermine me in front of the crew. I sometimes think they still hear his voice. That sort of thing has a way of lingering. And you can't argue with a ghost.
I'm not Commander Sutherland. I'm not saying we won't have our disagreements. In fact, I'm sure we will. But I'm also sure they will be different disagreements than you had in the past.
Perhaps that change will be enough. Now, this won't be easy. But I'm glad I have you here with me.
Glad to be here,
There's
Captain.
gonna be a lot of conflict on this
despite it
mission,
all,
I
we
can
got
tell.
our final Starfleet clearance to depart. So if you'll fetch Mr. Ermot, we'll knock out the final details of any outstanding repairs, and then we'll set out for Hotari.
Yes, sir.
I want the captain on my side at least a little bit.
Ready or not, here we go.
Ready or not, here we go. This is going to be the most dysfunctional space crew ever. They're not they're all not like Deep Space Nine or the Enterprise. No, this is going to be a dysfunctional bunch of people on this one. I can tell already. I could at least
All
went up to him and
departments
said,
reporting full mission readiness.
"How's it going, everybody?"
We've got our full complement on board.
This is my favorite moment, right now.
The start of a new mission is always full of possibility.
The Orion Syndicate could sell it as a drug.
Don't let the Admiralty hear you say that.
Captain on the bridge.
I was gonna say, is anybody gonna say that?
Sit. Sit, everyone. You all know, I'm not big on speeches. We're embarking on the first mission since our refit. Let's make it a good one. Disengage docking clamps.
Again, and hopefully they work.
Docking clamps released.
Thrusters ahead, Mr. Handar.
Here we go.
That should do it. Set a course for the Hotari system. Prepare to go to Warp 8.
Hi, Captain.
You know what? You take this one.
Me?
Gotta do engage.
Engage.
Okay, Captain Jean-Luc Picard, engage.
Simple, but effective.
Gotta send him my cheer. Ah.
Easy.
Thank you. I'm fine. Really,
You don't look so good.
Ah, shit.
I have to get to sickbay.
Go.
Why is their thing low? Already? They're doing the whole thing already?
Help me get her inside.
Wow. I thought they were gonna at least wait a little bit. They're like, nah, we gotta infuse her now. Is it because of the ion storm? That ain't a good look at the start of this.
Well, that was quite a scare. A few minutes more and it would have been one of the shortest tenures on record for a first officer.
Is that the engineer that was out on the hull?
That storm did a real number on him, but he'll live. Just needs rest. You should worry about yourself. Your duridium levels got dangerously low and destabilized your cell structure.
This is definitely one of the more memorable first days I can think of.
My name is Dr. Aram Duval, Chief Medical Officer.
Hmm.
To be honest, I've never met a Kobliad before. You're
rare. I know.
I was going to say special. Your people's numbers have dwindled, despite the Federation's efforts to find a more readily available alternative to the duridium you need to survive. Yet you joined Starfleet and managed to thrive. I imagine the responsibility must be overwhelming. Maybe even a burden at times.
I know what it means. And I know the responsibility that comes with it. But I can't be anything more than who I am. And if someone has a problem with that, or expects something else, then that's their problem, not mine.
That's exactly right. And don't worry, I won't treat you like a science experiment. I just do the science and leave the experiments to Solano.
You don't agree with his methods?
I don't agree with his definition of acceptable risks. Not when the lives of your crew are at stake. My professional opinion is that the accident took a toll. More than he's willing to admit. He's overstressed, operating in the pressure cooker of his own mind. Which is never a good headspace when the lives of your crew are at stake.
Oh, you're the chief medical officer. You can always make him take R&R.
Breakthrough discovery. The major innovation. Something he can put his name on.
I hear you. But that's my job, isn't it? To make sure that doesn't happen. And we don't lose sight of the bigger picture.
Which is exactly why I'm so glad you're here. We need you now more than ever. I have to admit, I was concerned when I heard what happened on the bridge. You just followed Solano's orders despite having better options in front of you.
Huh. I guess word travels fast around here.
It's a small ship, and everyone's curious about the new XO. Fortunately, your cell structure's almost completely stabilized. And I'll spare us both the lecture, but I do feel it's my responsibility to remind you, without regular infusions of Duridium, you will not live. It's as simple as that.
Oh, of course. Why don't they give her like a little thing where she wears like a little pack of it or something, or just gives it to her? Why is it gotta be like a big old machine?
Lieutenant Bedrosian.
I came to see if you were okay. We were all pretty worried on the bridge. No one knew what was happening.
I don't want anyone to worry. This is just part of who I am. It doesn't define me.
Of course. I completely understand.
You better
and
understand.
I would probably feel the same way if I were you. You trusted me earlier.
She must
with the
really like
shields,
her.
And I appreciated that. I want you to know that I have your back.
Thank you.
Seems like you really like her. More than normal. I could tell.
Now, Carter, the emissions that gave you that burn are quite unusual, like everything else that goes with this storm. That's a combination of hyronolin and lectrazine to counter the radiation effects. That should help speed your healing. She's come by a couple of times to see you already.
Yeah, she likes him.
Be brief.
It's good to see you awake again. I was starting to get worried. Not that you aren't in good hands with Dr. Duvall. You did take one hell of a shot, though.
Ah, come on. You know you can't get rid of me that easy.
Don't push me, Diaz. You do not want to see me try.
No, nope. I am not getting on your bad side.
I am a formidable enemy. Millie was looking in on you too, by the way. But since it's just us right now, I
Gonna kiss him?
had a chance to think about this while I was away. And I thought it was important that I just come out and tell you. Instead of tiptoeing around it. Or worse.
Wait, are you angry at me or something?
Oh, no, not that. I'm sorry. I'm probably making too big of a deal here. What I'm trying to say is, we've been really good friends for a long time. But I got back here and I couldn't ignore it anymore. I want to see if there's more between us than just being friends.
You don't have to explain it. I feel the same way.
Love triangle.
There's something between us.
I can sense it.
So, do you want to find out what that something is?
Whoa.
If it's there for you, and it's there for me, why not give it a try?
Are you kidding me? I just said yes.
I wanted to be sure I heard that right.
Hey, you asked me first.
Sorry to interrupt, but the patient needs to rest if he wants to get back to his old self.
Of course. I'll see you again soon.
Oh, watch the other ones. Nilly's gonna come up to me and go, "Oh, I like you a lot. I was so scared that you got died or something. I like you too much." And then he's gonna be like, that already just happened to me. Sorry.
Approaching the rendezvous point outside
Oh,
of
Act 1 is done already?
Helm, bring us out of warp.
Dropping to impulse.
I see a love triangle coming up. Whoa. Watch out for the
Ionic
big...
interference surging, Captain.
Watch out for the big rocks. Oh, shit.
Shield integrity holding.
We can take it.
We are at the correct coordinates to meet the shuttle.
Commander Rydek, find us our diplomat, if you will.
Aye, Captain. Let's reduce the noise. Filter out environmental signals. I can manually tune what's left for Federation signal types.
Hold on. Gotta go slow.
I've located the shuttle.
Opening comms.
On screen.
Shuttle to Resolute. Shuttle to Resolute. Debris field. Lost maneuvering.
Yeah, you're spinning out of control.
I can't get it any clearer.
You're just gonna have to beam her aboard.
Lock. It's just not happening.
Oh no.
Power up the tractor beam. We'll pull them directly into the docking bay.
Diaz, you good to run the tractor emitter?
Yes, sir.
You sure?
I'm sure.
Come on, Diaz. First thing, lock onto the shuttle and stabilize the rotation.
Okay. Stabilize them. Wow, they actually let you do a lot of stuff in this. Watch out for the big rock!
We're pulling in debris.
I'm on it.
There we go. Not so bad. Now what? Oh no, it's a mega rock!
That's gonna take out the shuttle. Thea's the bridge. There's a large piece of debris headed for the shuttle. The tractor beam can't handle it.
Can our shields take it?
I believe so.
Commander Rydek, plot an intercept course.
On it.
Okay.
Here we go. Maneuvering thrusters bearing 53 Mark 17, 200 meters on an intercept course.
Maneuvering.
Got it.
Whoa! Someone's working hard on the bridge.
Always so many problems. Okay. Come on in, buddy! Oh, what's it gonna do now? Is it gonna hit someone or is it gonna come in normal? There we go. They had a lot of... too many problems so far.
We've got the shuttlecraft on board.
Good job. We're on our way down to meet them.
Opening. Opening. Is that Spock?
Terra firma, so to speak.
It is Spock.
Ambassador Spock?
It is Spock. Now, is it the original guy? Is it Leonard Nimoy that, or is this a different guy doing Spock? Was he still around when
Captain will be
they
right down
did
to
this
meet you,
game?
sir.
In that case, I will wait for him here.
Apologies for the landing, Ambassador. I was operating the tractor beam, sir. I take responsibility.
It was not the smoothest transit, but you got us here safely. That is what matters. We thought we were prepared for our arrival in Hotari space, but it is evident my craft was not sufficiently robust for such intense ionic activity.
The storm has been pretty intense.
There was an element that was most unusual. Before you came to our aid, our maneuvering thrusters and impulse engines were rendered inoperable. So we attempted a short traversal at warp speed, only to find that we could not achieve warp at all, even though our diagnostics computer showed no faults or anomalies. What do you make of that? When all indications say that warp speed is possible, but in practice, we find it is not.
Well, this storm is one of the strangest phenomena we've ever encountered. It's disrupted other systems. Who knows what it might do to a warp drive?
Yes, it would seem further investigation is called for.
Yes.
Take readings, run some additional diagnostic checks, and we'll get to the bottom
Ambassador
of this.
Spock will definitely check.
Quite
wanna check
logical.
that.
Petty Officer...
Carter Diaz. Sir.
Thank you.
Spock likes you.
Ambassador Spock.
Spock likes him.
Excuse me.
I'm honored to have you aboard. I'd like to get right to it. We're already behind. Ambassador Spock, my senior staff. It's not every day that a captain gets to welcome a Starfleet legend aboard.
You flatter me, Captain Solano. But legend implies the past tense, whereas I am very much focused on our present circumstances.
I didn't mean to suggest you were stuck in the past. You're right, Ambassador. Not the most diplomatic choice of words.
We're all curious about the future, Ambassador. Specifically, what exactly are we getting involved in here?
We got the basics from Starfleet. Two formerly peaceful neighbors are now on the brink of war.
Indeed, and the tension between them grows fiercer by the hour. Lydia and Hotari. The Lydians are the more advanced species. They made first contact with the Hotari over a century ago. This is Tau, the Hotari moon. It is rich in dilithium, and for decades, the Hotari and the Lydians have shared a mining operation there. The Lydians provide the technological resources, while the Hotari have served as the labor force. The stability of that arrangement was the source of their peace, until recently. The Hotari have suddenly and forcefully seized control of the mining operations and expelled the Lydians from their system. That is the official story, as told by the Hotari when they requested Federation mediation. But the details remain scant. Communications between all parties have been limited by the ionic interference.
How is it the Hotari were able to turn the tables and take the mines against superior forces, especially after decades in this arrangement?
Unclear. The answer to that question may be the key to a new, lasting peace, and one that I hope we can uncover during these negotiations. But it is unlikely the relatively primitive Hotari forces would stand a chance against the Lydian fleet if this escalates to open war. Left unchecked, this conflict will result in more bloodshed, which is what we are here to prevent.
And the dilithium trade hangs in the balance.
Clearly, the Hotari have been exploited in this relationship.
Maybe we can persuade them peace is the more profitable alternative for everyone. They both profited from the mines. And for the Hotari, something is better than nothing. Peace is our objective, after all.
We can call it profitable or mutually beneficial, but at the end of the day, the Hotari are still being exploited for their own resources.
True peace is not merely the absence of war. And as such, this conflict will surely come again.
Neither the Elydians or the Hotari are members of the Federation, so we can't make them do anything.
There is an additional complicating factor I should mention. In the past, the Federation has relied on the Elydians as a source of dilithium.
That certainly changes things.
Federation sources its dilithium from a lot of places.
Yeah, and this is one of them.
So we've already played a part in this.
Unfortunately, that is indeed the case, Commander Rydek.
We're morally obligated to make this right.
Hold on. Our only obligation is to negotiate the peaceful resolution of this conflict.
Given the Federation's involvement
Spock
in the
didn't like
dilithium trade, Captain Solano and I must make every effort to appear neutral in these negotiations.
What worries me is if this whole thing unravels, and we're at the mercy of the storm at less than full strength.
We can't let it come to that.
Considering what the Ion Storm has done to our ship, and the Ambassador's shuttle, we have to assume the Elydian fleet has had problems with it as well. This recent surge in the energy disturbance temporarily levels the playing field.
Commander Westbrook is correct. The energy anomalies around the Hotari systems have been noted in the past.
If it's keeping the two sides talking instead of shooting at each other, that actually helps us negotiate a peace.
And we'll take advantage of that as long as it works in our favor.
And when it doesn't?
All the more reason to learn as much about it as we can while we are here. We do not want to be caught unprepared, should the energy anomaly continue to fluctuate. So I trust we understand our circumstances.
Oh, I understand,
We're operating on a
Spock.
strict timetable here, and we're going to be leaving for the negotiations shortly. Commander Westbrook, I want you to leverage our systems to investigate the anomaly from here while we're gone.
Aye, Captain.
Thank you all.
Aye, Captain.
Dismissed.
Aye, Captain.
I want to speak to both of you privately.
Ambassador Spock, I'd like to make a formal introduction. My first officer, Commander Jara Rydek.
Commander, as you are aware, there are limits to what Captain Solano and I can do in our official capacity as representatives of the Federation. But someone in an unofficial capacity, your first officer, for example, would not be bound by those restrictions. Commander Rydek could ingratiate herself to certain parties behind the scenes, where they may be more candid in revealing information that could lead to a resolution.
She certainly goes her own way. Maybe that helps in this case. It would be unconventional.
With all due respect, Ambassador,
I'm not a diplomat.
I'm not a trained diplomat.
That's exactly what we're going to leverage.
I began my time in Starfleet as a science officer, not as an ambassador. We must be adaptable in the line of duty.
Yeah, you're right, Spock. You're right.
I hope Commander Rydek will have more luck finding out what really happened than we will through official diplomatic channels.
The fate of the negotiations, the interests
Rests
of
in
the
your
Federation,
hands.
and the prospect for peace may very well depend on it.
She's like, ah, shit. Got a lot of work to do. Boom. I love how it just boom. Celsior. Hey, girl. She's
Mr. Diaz,
she's another
I
girl I
understand
like.
you have already discussed the warp drive
I
failure
like her
with
too,
Ambassador
but
Spock.
she didn't ask me first.
It is imperative that the Ambassador's shuttle be
I bet
flight
you she
ready.
will. She'll be like, I
I
missed
need
you.
you both to ascertain the root cause of the system failures he encountered.
I'm surprised, Commander. I thought you would have wanted to work on Ambassador Spock's shuttle yourself.
I respect the Ambassador and his many accomplishments, but I do not derive any satisfaction from interacting with his shuttle as if it were somehow transubstantiated through its association with him. Especially when I have the entirety of this starship.
Do you enjoy anything?
The ambassador asked me to take a look, and I'm ready to crack this thing open.
Good. You could learn from Mr. Diaz's focus.
I'll take notes.
Then I will leave you to it. Make note of any
Hey,
abnormalities
he likes
in the
him.
report.
He likes me. Yay!
Carry on.
I made him happy.
It seems like he's warming up to us.
Yeah.
Even Chobok has to look at that face and know you've earned some real respect. And I have to admit that I owe you one. You were right to make me go first. I don't know what I was thinking.
You've pulled me out of trouble how many times? Call it even.
Okay. At the very least, maybe I can track down that bottle of Saurian brandy you're still on the hook for. But first, we have work to do.
Gotcha. Gonna talk about her friend and say, hey, I'm
ready to go.
I'm getting involved with
All
our friend.
set. Let's run the diagnostic.
Gonna tell her about the thing in sickbay. Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
So, I know about your talk with Miranda.
You do?
She sent me a Priority 1 dispatch right after your conversation.
Uh-oh.
I'm happy for you. Both
Oh,
of
at
you.
least she knows.
Thanks.
But
She ain't gonna ask
I'm
me.
only going to tell you this once.
Uh-oh.
Don't screw this up. Because I would be very unhappy if you tried this out and then, I don't know, 6 weeks or 6 days later, I have to start splitting holidays between the two of you.
Oh, shit.
All because things went south and you're not on speaking terms.
Are you upset?
No.
Not on your life, Diaz.
Okay, she doesn't like me.
But
No
you
love
need to be
triangle.
careful. I like my friends and I like our group.
Okay.
I don't want to lose that. Is that thing done?
Yeah. It's wrapping up.
Okay, at least she doesn't like me
Let's see.
like that.
Relays along the primary EPS are blown. The backup relays are all intact.
An EPS overload from the warp drive could cause that. But how did the shuttle end up dead in the water?
Huh. Well, maybe the ship's data recorder can tell us something.
Dude.
Here.
They were only about 8 minutes from their plotted warp point. No faults, just those warnings. What are they?
Subspace variance out of tolerance. What does that mean?
It means the main navigation array lost sight of space somehow.
Will the array going offline cause that?
Yes, but it should have also thrown a fault code.
The warp field became inverted suddenly.
I've seen this happen when the center warp coil cracks.
A cracked warp coil throws a fault code.
Still, we should take a look.
There was a complete warp cascade failure.
Wow. They're lucky the shuttle didn't turn inside out.
Makes me think the computer panicked on the warp field equation.
Any one of these failures should have thrown a fault.
If it was caused by a system failure.
None of this caused the relays to blow. Roll forward to when that happened.
Yes, ma'am.
So here, they take a moment to get their bearings and they attempt to re-engage the warp drive.
There. That's the relays blowing.
And look, there's another warp system alert.
They're all the same. Subspace variance out of tolerance, or warp inversions. Finally, there's a complete warp cascade failure.
Then it's one of two things. Either a warp coil is cracked or the navigation array is offline.
That makes sense.
It's all very
Divide
bad.
and conquer.
Let's just say that.
Want
It's
to check
all
the
very
warp coils or
bad.
the navigation array? I'll check the other. Let's not overcomplicate this. One of these systems is likely broken.
I'll check the nacelles for a cracked coil.
Okay, no fractures detected. Okay, got my tricorder readings.
I checked every coil on the port nacelle for imbalances.
It's like a little,
if any coil in either engine
it's
will
like
crack,
a little
I would've
radioactive
detected it.
scanner. Like,
So, it must be the navigation array.
Except it's not.
like an
Checked
X,
and
like a
double-checked.
mini X-ray scanner on
readings
your
don't lie.
tricorder.
Here comes the security detail for the way team.
Hey.
I'm not here.
I'm not here.
We're escorting the negotiating team to the surface as soon as they come down from the
Don't
bridge.
die, girl.
I don't want to interrupt some important work. I was just...
Don't die, girl.
See you before I go.
Kiss.
The captain and the others will be here any minute now. Should be an interesting ride down to the surface.
Come on, I'm never too busy to make time for you.
That's not true.
No. But I am glad you came by.
No, that's more accurate.
I gotta be precise with you, huh?
Hey, Maris. Aren't these those button pushers you're always hanging out with?
And you're the phaser jockeys we always beat in Parisi squares, right?
All aboard for Hotari.
That another one of the captain's railroad things?
Gotta be. I just usually zone out by the time he gets to the whole, steam engines were the warp drives of their day part. Catch y'all later.
Steam engines for the warp drives of the...
You don't want to miss your train.
Woo-woo.
I do have to go. Not gonna lie, I'd rather not leave right now.
Do me a favor. Come back safe.
I don't want to kiss her in front of everybody. That might be a little... That might be a little, what do you call it? Bad procedure.
Be seeing you.
You don't do that, and that's bad procedure if you kiss her in front of everybody during a job. You do it a little bit after the job when she comes back, or if she comes back.
If you could float back down to reality, we still have a ways to go. All right, where were we?
Oh, so maybe I could have dated her.
Navigation array are fine, but
She's like, you chose to date Miranda.
I'm out of ideas short of field stripping the shuttle
That's
from bow
okay.
to stern.
You wanna take this out of the shuttle and throw it on the bench?
Oh, real hands-on maintenance. I like it. Okay, the nav computer is patched into the ship.
The ship's computer can double-check our work. If the shuttle's nav computer is putting out false data, we'll know it.
Let's run through the
I
shuttle.
better hope there's no Trojan or virus in that thing.
Running now.
Screw up the whole ship.
Same. Warp field inversion and a cascade failure. However, the Resolute computer doesn't show the same subspace variance.
We're in the same conditions that the shuttle was in when it failed. Why wouldn't the ship's computer get a matching result?
What if the subspace variance was a momentary occurrence?
That's a possibility, and it would explain why the simulation under our current sensor readings failed to reproduce the issue.
But a subspace anomaly strong enough to cause a warp field collapse would leave graviton ripples for days.
Let's run with the momentary subspace variance theory for now. Roll forward to the shuttle's attempt to re-engage the warp drive. We need the conditions of space around the shuttle at the moment of warp failure.
Resuming simulation.
Error in warp field calculation. Cochrane formula variables are out of range.
That right there. Take the shuttle sensor data from that moment.
Computer, why did the warp field calculation fail?
Warp field pressure returned non-orthogonal. Results are undefined.
That doesn't help.
Wait, what if we use a different ship?
Put the Resolute into the simulation instead of the shuttle.
Yeah, it should warp just fine. Unless... Computer, run the simulation with the Resolute.
Resolute simulated.
Computer, give me manual control on the warp power.
Static field intensity, warp 1.1, 1.2, 1.3. Warp pressure is destabilizing. Error in warp field calculation. The warp drive has experienced a system-wide cascade failure. Warp field collapsed. Subspace variance is out of tolerance. Cochrane formula results are undefined.
Bingo.
What-o?
The same moment when the shuttle failed to warp, so did the ship. Whatever happened to the shuttle just happened to us. The Resolute will not sustain warp.
We can't leave Hotari space.
Somebody blocking it? Is there like a thing blocking, destabilizing warp fields and stuff? Warp field integrity? Could be a thing.
Ambassador Spock, Captain Solano, welcome to Hotari. We are honored you've come. My name is Tylos Altaris, Minister of Diplomatic Affairs.
The honor is ours, and this is Commander Jara Rydick, first officer aboard the USS Resolute. You'll find she has a keen mind and unique insight into the dynamics between the Hotari and the Lydians.
We are honored to be here as representatives of the Federation.
I'm so glad.
These must be the representatives of the mighty Federation, the reigning authority in the galaxy. Or so we've been led to believe.
The reigning
Whether
authority.
that's true or not remains to be seen. But either way, we're grateful you've made the time to come to our little corner of the universe.
And you are?
This is Galvin, and this is Sidron, the heroes of the revolt in the mines.
Let's hope this is the last time we ever have to come here.
If you'll excuse me.
I think we're about to begin.
No shit. How did you guess that?
Did you hear the arrogance from that guy?
Yeah, he seemed pretty arrogant.
I don't know what we're walking into here. But that guy was something.
That may be true. But let's keep an open mind going into the negotiations. Hopefully he's just one voice amongst many.
Then let's hope he's the outlier.
I think
the Hotari have invited us as their guests, so we must show them the proper respect.
Yeah, Spock probably liked what she had to say. Can't just judge him. At least not yet. They could be arrogant and stupid, but can't judge right away. I'm showing strength.
Ambassador Spock, welcome to Holtari Prime.
The honor is mine, Your Majesty.
That the Federation would send one of their most respected representatives is not only an honor to the Hotari people and their queen, but a recognition of our stature and importance.
Let's get on with it, shall we? With all due respect
How
to the
do I do
Federation
that?
and their ambassador, they have no authority here. We are not members of their alliance. We are not subject to their rule, nor yours. We demand the immediate return of all mining operations to Elydian control, as it has been for centuries and will be for centuries more. That has always been our understanding.
That understanding has changed.
Then you invite war.
And if you cannot remain silent, you will be silenced. But his point is well taken. What is the Federation's interest in this matter? Perhaps you would have us trade one oppressor for another?
The Federation remains neutral. Our only interest is the peaceful resolution of this conflict. We are here at your request, Your Majesty.
For now.
I'm trying to keep an open mind here, but it's not easy. I thought they wanted us here.
Was there something you wanted to say, Captain?
Oh, no. My apologies.
And what about the Kobliad?
She's not
She
part
can
of...
speak for herself, can't she? Then let her. Now then, one should know their place. What you might be somewhere else is not what you are here. Which is standing before a queen. And a queen deserves respect. A bow is not too much to ask. Is Hotari Prime, heart of the Hotari system.
My apologies, Your Majesty. I meant no disrespect.
Better. You are Kobliad. Your people suffered brutal treatment at the hands of the Cardassians.
Yep.
Their injustice towards the Kobliad is as unimaginable as it is unforgivable. Not unlike how we have been treated by the Elydians.
As much as they'd have you believe they are the victims here, remember it was the Hotari who attacked us. Hundreds of innocent Elydians were slaughtered without mercy in those mines.
The blood is on their hands, not ours.
Quiet! If after all the Kobliad suffered, you finally had the chance to right that wrong, to get out from under their control, would you take it? Or would you negotiate a peace?
I'd like to see
There
peace.
is no remedy for what the Kobliad suffered. And I fear who we might have become in pursuit of it. There is no justice if the oppressed become the oppressor. So I would willingly accept a peaceful resolution if it were offered. That is the real opportunity.
Spock likes that.
You may be right. Unfortunately, that was not the case, was it?
No, it was not.
Peace is often elusive to those who need it most. The Federation is the most powerful, most advanced alliance in the galaxy.
Oh, thank you.
It's widely known we have an abundance of dilithium in our mines. And it's in your interest to secure a steady supply.
Your Majesty, if I may.
Ambassador Spock would have us believe you're here as a neutral party in the interest of peace. So why are you really here? I want the truth, not your Federation rhetoric.
Yeah, we do want
It's
the
possible the Federation has an interest in both peace and securing a steady source of dilithium. One does not preclude or prevent the other. But that's just my personal opinion.
Given the Federation has done business with the Elidians for decades, I would agree. It's entirely possible, if not highly likely.
What they haven't said, but cannot deny, is a simple truth. The dilithium trade would not and will no longer exist without Elidian involvement. We created it for the benefit of everyone, especially the Hotari. We've given them warp technology. We've let them share in the profits. We've made their lives infinitely better than before dilithium was discovered. All of that goes away if the Federation turns a blind eye to their treachery.
That is enough of your lies! The Hotari are quite capable of running the mines. We've done so for centuries. So tell me, who deserves control of the dilithium trade and the mines on Tau? Who should the Federation recognize? The Hotari or the Elidians? It can only be one or the other, not both.
If I have to choose only one, then it would have to be the Hotari.
Well said.
Because it is your minds. It is
How
your.
could the just and wise Federation
It is their
make
stuff.
any
You can't
other
say it
choice?
isn't. They're just gonna have to do it without their technology.
Has lost all credibility.
The mines are ours. Lydia will not be deterred. We will take back our mines by any means necessary.
Then you will see more blood spilled.
I am more than willing to address your concerns, Your Majesty. Yours as well, Representative. But I suggest we could have a more productive conversation with a smaller group. Perhaps only the most essential representatives.
I suppose there is some sense to that. I hope we meet again.
Commander Jara Rydek, Your Majesty.
It's been a pleasure, Commander Rydek.
She likes me. I don't know if the rest of my people like me. Is it a happier look or a bad or not happy look?
Spock and I will cover everything on the diplomatic front. You make nice with the locals and see if you can get some answers. We need to find out why the Hotari are so willing to risk war. What happened in those mines?
Commander, I'm glad you've chosen to side with the Hotari. I knew the Federation would see through the Elidians' baseless claims and protect the interests of my people.
To be clear, I'm not on either side of this conflict. Our only interest is peace.
I will keep that in mind.
I assume you were there, the day the mines were seized from the Elidians.
Not seized. Reclaimed. And restored to their rightful owners. Yes, I was there.
It is your planet.
We had to be decisive. Before the Elidians could even realize their worst nightmares upon them.
Did you have help from someone else?
Hotari stands alone against the Elidian forces. We don't need help from anyone. They respect one thing above all else, and that is force. The greater the force, the more certain the outcome. Any talk of making peace is just that, and worth little without the strength to secure it. Which makes me wonder about your ship, the Resolute. Undoubtedly the Federation's finest warship. Ready to contend with anything the Elidians might have in store. Or is that not true? Maybe I've misjudged it.
I wouldn't say state-of-the-art, but the Resolute is plenty capable and can hold its own against just about anything.
Let's hope so. Because at the moment, it's the only thing preventing them from wiping us off the map.
Sidron.
A pleasure meeting you, Commander. I'm sure we'll cross paths again.
Well, that's just the chair.
Commander Rydek, I'm encouraged to see the Federation supporting my people. I'm afraid of what might happen without your help.
If anyone deserves thanks, it's Ambassador Spock. No one is more invested in negotiating a peaceful settlement to this conflict than he is.
I'm so glad. We need his help before the situation escalates further than it already has. It's been very trying. I saw you speaking with Sidron, our national hero. I'm curious, what did he say?
He seems to be of the opinion that negotiating for peace is a waste of time.
Because force is the only blunt instrument he understands. He's a miner, not a diplomat. For the first time in our history, the Hotari have the upper hand. We see ourselves as strong instead of downtrodden. New voices have risen up. Old voices shouted down. Galvin and Sidron have become national heroes. Now, they have the Queen's ear. Better or worse, depending on your perspective.
I take it they're against a negotiated peace with the Elidians.
Heroes tend to want more of what made them heroic. If it were up to them, they'd wage all-out war and bring ruin upon us all. My fear has been that the Elidians will launch an attack and crush us. You've seen their starship, no doubt. They could have retaken the mines whenever they wanted to, but it never happened. And as strange as this may sound, I'd almost say they're afraid. I just don't know what they're afraid of. It's still the same bluster and bravado you would expect from them.
Do you think it has something to do with the Ion Storm? Right now, it's stronger than ever, isn't it?
It's entirely possible. I'm not a scientist, but I do know the storm has knocked out all kinds of systems. So maybe the Elidians weren't willing to risk their ships, given all the interference. Since the day of the revolt, Galvin has seized control of the mines and restricted all access. No one's allowed without his personal authorization. And they've taken over a section of the palace with just as much secrecy and security. I'm told it could be something they brought back from the mines. made inquiries, but everyone pretends it doesn't exist. I strongly suspect they're hiding something.
Are you sure of this?
It's been the talk of the palace since the day of the revolt.
How can we know?
I'd better see what's happening.
Do you think you can find out what they're hiding? I need to see proof of something before I can make my case to the Federation.
I can try, but even if I found it, I might not know what to make of it.
Take this. You can use it to capture whatever you find, and then send it to me.
Thank you. I will let you know what I find.
Thank you.
And I look forward to our meeting again.
Mm-hmm. She a new buddy of mine?
Sorry, I couldn't help but notice you were speaking with the Hotari this whole time. I figured in the interest of fairness, I should offer another perspective.
Of course.
I'm probably not telling you anything you don't already know, but these negotiations rely on the Federation's neutrality, as does any hope you might have for a supply of dilithium in the future. So, why you would choose to side with the Hotari escapes me. Without Lydian involvement, there is no dilithium trade. But clearly, you weren't aware.
We are and will remain completely neutral. Our only interest is the peaceful resolution to this conflict.
As is ours. Of course, the question is, at what price? Major Charlotte Arminta, Special Attaché, Lydian Armed Forces. Pleasure to meet you.
Got interesting eyes.
I have my issues with the Hotari, but I have to give them some credit. They know how to seize an opportunity. Inciting an uprising the same day as a massive, once-in-a-lifetime ion storm.
Our assumption was that this storm was just an anomaly.
Yes, a very convenient anomaly.
Yeah.
At least that was what we were told. Of course, I wasn't there. But who am I to say otherwise?
You sound skeptical.
Well, the official story is that it was the storm that enabled the revolt. How else do a bunch of unarmed, unorganized miners seize control of an entire moon, much less thousands of mine? But I've talked to people who were there. They tell a different story. They say they're lucky to have escaped with their lives. That it was more than just the storm. That somehow the miners were able to harness the energy from the storm.
Oh, use it as a weapon?
I know it sounds crazy. I'm not even sure I believe it myself.
You said the Hotari were primitive.
Well, they are.
Except for the part about weaponizing ion storms.
If you'll excuse me, Commander Ryder.
Can I talk with these guys? You guys want to talk? Hi. No? Ignoring me? How about you? So maybe they got some ancient tools or weapons they found in those mines that maybe their ancestors used and they're using them to revolt because they can do it. That could be the possibility. I don't know.
Well, that was a disaster.
What happened?
The Hotari refused to concede anything, so the Elydians stormed out.
The Hotari did not invite us here as peacekeepers. I hope your efforts were more fruitful than ours.
Got my spy. Hopefully she brings me something good to snack on later.
Gravitational harmonics failing to resolve. Warp bubble stability degrading. Increase output to maximum.
Increasing warp output to maximum.
It's happening again.
It is evident that presently, the Resolute cannot achieve warp propulsion.
Since our diagnostics rule out any problems with our warp systems or anything about the ship, the problem appears to be the fabric of space itself.
Space itself? You're saying something about this region of space prevents warp travel?
Prevents it, or can't sustain it.
However improbable, that appears to be the case.
The storm didn't stop us from leaving space dock and traveling here. But could it still be causing this interference with warp travel?
We must follow sound investigatory principles. Do not let an assumed conclusion drive your analysis.
Sometimes we need a little inspired thinking, Mr. Chovak. Captain Solano is on his way back from the negotiations, and I want to have some answers for him when he gets here.
Indeed. Given the facts at hand, we may be able to deploy subspace probes
He's got
around
2
the
yellow
ship
and a
to
black
construct a clear
mark
picture
on
of the
him.
phenomenon.
Around the ship. I'll prep a shuttle.
Dun, dun, dun. We'll do a little bit more. We'll do like this, I think this mission or whatever. And then we'll call it quits for today on the stream. So we'll just keep going a little bit. I want to see what we find.
Setting up a waypoint at a distance.
Very excited to see what I find out about this.
I'll deploy the first probe.
Forward, backward, turn, strafe. Wow. I get to do a lot of stuff. Woo, we get to fly a ship.
Commander Westbrook, the Resolute systems are calibrated to receive the probe's readings. We are standing by to reproduce the warp field collapse after the first probe is deployed.
Thank you, Mr. Chovak. We'll be in position shortly.
And, Mr. Diaz, do take care in piloting the shuttlecraft. Now is not the time to indulge in the human penchant for joyriding.
Chovak probably isn't such a fun guy to work for, huh?
I just don't take it personally. At least I try not to.
That's a very mature answer. Shows a positive attitude on your part. Remind me of it when I start complaining to you about the ship's new first officer.
Going through the donut.
This is far enough. Transporting the first probe into position. Westbrook here. The first probe is deployed.
Understood. We are reading it. We are about to replay the simulation.
Problem?
I'm just not getting any traction with her. Commander Rydek. She rejected my plan to use a deflector pulse against the storm surge. She didn't listen to me when you were out on the hull and I was trying to make it safer for you. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the new XO. I'm sure she's a fine officer, even if we don't see eye to eye. But she didn't go through what the rest of us did. You know that. And it's hard to figure out why she'd be the one Solano chose instead of, well, one of us.
I've heard some good things. You should at least give her a chance.
I'll take that under advisement.
Test is running. Warp field collapse in 3, 2, 1, mark.
Oh, looks like space is breaking.
All right, that is definitely a problem with the fabric of space. We need to get another probe out there.
Yep, that is a definitely.
With 2 points of data, the Resolute
Problem
and the
with
probe,
fabric of
we
space.
managed to get an interference pattern. I'm setting a waypoint to
Looked like a bunch of
particularly
broken
strong area of
glass.
interference. We'll deploy the second probe there.
Yay,
Listen,
I get to fly
I'm
the
gonna
ship.
give you a piece of advice I wish someone had given me. Make sure you're never just one thing. And don't get so focused on what's in front of your face that you lose sight of the big picture. Before Rydex showed up, the captain pulled me into his ready room and told me he didn't think I had the people skills to be first officer. What a load of crap. I mean, if he'd said that about Chovak, sure.
Well, if you're asking, I think you're a people person. After all, here we are. Me, an enlisted officer. You, one of the senior staff. Talking like old buddies.
I should send Solano to talk to you.
Bring him on.
I'm sure you can handle him. You've got potential. You're a capable engineer. You're good in the field. Keep up the good work. Who knows? A solid jack of all departments like you could be Commander-in-Chief of Starfleet one day. Hell, Admiral Jellicoe started as a shuttle pilot.
You know, I'd be the best leader Starfleet ever had. Lower decks always have to fix all the problems Command causes. Maybe I'd just save everybody some steps.
Well, don't forget about us little people when you're running things.
Of course not. You gotta remember where you came from.
Oh, so when it's green, that means they like your decision. Okay. Honey,
Here.
we're home.
This is close enough. Stop the engines. Deploying the probe. Westbrook to Commander Chovak. We're ready for another sampling of data.
Very good. Running the simulation again.
Very good, Commander.
Warp field collapse in 3, 2, 1. Mark.
Whoa.
There it is again.
I saw it. It seems to be directional.
Well, what about the scans? Anything?
Here's the readings in relation to our local space.
I like that.
We've got the Resolute, Otari Prime, and the probes.
All this interference is overloading the sensor buffers. We're gonna have to triangulate the sensors manually.
Okay, how do we do that?
We got something.
These markers indicate peaks in the gravimetric interference patterns.
Let's see if I can find some more.
It's like it needs another one. I don't know. Oh, there we go. I was over there.
Hold up.
Didn't show that before.
This is coming from the moon.
A beam that blocks warp travel.
Aimed right at us.
Someone is doing this intentionally.
I kind of
I
figured.
don't know how they're doing it. This is like nothing I've ever seen.
Why would they be doing this? We came here to help these people. And now we're getting hit by some warp-killing weapon?
Now, look here. Current readings of the ion storm.
These concentrations. They line up with the interference pattern. The storm. And this beam. They're coming from the same place.
Carter, whatever petty local conflict brought us here, it's just a small part of something much bigger.
Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun.
Presently, we don't have an explanation for how they're doing this. One thing is clear. This is no fluke.
Thank you, Mr. Westbrook. I want a full briefing when I'm back on board. Solano out. A targeted weapon that inhibits warp travel. Coming from the moon Tau.
That would explain the difficulties my shuttle encountered. More importantly, the tenor of the Hotari during the negotiations.
And here I thought the Illidians would be the problem. Coming to peace talks in a warship. This wasn't supposed to be so complicated.
I don't know why the Hotari wanted us here, but it wasn't to negotiate.
Clearly, peace is not their intention.
Then what is? Why go through this charade?
Tylus, the Hotari representative, said she thought they found something in the mines. Galvin and Sidron brought it back to the palace, but they're keeping it under tight security. She's going to investigate it. I gave her my tricorder. I expect she'll contact us soon.
Or she'll get caught.
Why would Tylus help us? Go behind her people's back? It's a fair question, considering.
Out of all of them, she's the one who seemed to genuinely appreciate that the Federation was involved. She believes in us, and I think we can believe in her.
That may be true.
She's certainly more likely to help than the other Hotari we've met.
That raises another question. Specifically, what do the other Hotari have to gain in bringing us here, only to make this hostile maneuver against us? There must be some motivation.
Unless they changed their minds between when they asked and when we got here.
Sidron was very curious when we spoke outside the Queen's chamber. He wanted to know all about us, our ship, the Federation. He wasn't giving any answers. He was looking for them.
Well, I'm sure you didn't tell him too much. I don't think the Illidians know what's really down on that moon either.
Major Armintas said the revolt defied explanation. That the Hotari miners somehow harnessed the energy of the storm.
Harness the energy of the storm?
Doing that is beyond even our capabilities.
So is a weapon that disrupts warp travel.
Maybe it's an ancient weapon.
There have been civilizations and entities, both past and present, far more technologically advanced than the Federation.
Yeah.
The Illidians and Hotari don't
Just
fall
look at the
into that
Romulans. The cloaking and all that stuff.
Investigate further.
You'd be surprised.
Commander Rydek, sorry to interrupt.
Oh, I'm going to interrupt because I think we're done here for today. It's getting kind of interesting. Having some technical difficulties with my thing again. Why is that? Wonder why. Okay, let's see here. I'm going to go into here. Alright. It's not connecting to the studio? Why is that? Oh, something wrong with OBS, I'm guessing. I'm guessing there's something wrong with OBS, folks. I don't know what's wrong with OBS today. That's probably the reason why things got a little wonky there for... Because tried using my Stream Deck here, and it seems like OBS does not want to pay attention with it. Go figure, eh? Let's see here. OBS is not responsive with my console here thing. Oh well. Something's going wonky with OBS. Maybe that's why all this, I don't know, the camera's was working a little wonky. You know, it's OBS. I wonder if it needs an update or something. I'll have to do some inspection work. I'll do that tomorrow because it is getting late today. And we had a good time. You know, I had some technical difficulties in the beginning, but hey, it looks like the camera's working great now. I had to just readjust some stuff, check out some stuff. I'm gonna have to check if OBS has an update or something. You know, rejigger some stuff around because, yeah, it seems like OBS does not want to play nicely for some reason. And I can try to move stuff and it does not work. Yes. So, anywho, thank you for joining me today. Like I said, Sunday I will be doing my recording of the Xbox showcase and the Call of Duty showcase after that. And hopefully Sunday after that, and Sunday after I get it all edited and stuff, I'll be able to upload it that day and get it out right away. My video and podcast, which will be the Games Attack podcast. It's the special editions, which will be in the Games Attack podcast feed. So if you listen to it, if you want to listen to me talk over it, I'll try to do the best I can. I know I'm not the best at talking over video presentations, but I will do my best. And that will go up, like I said, on the Games Attack podcast feed for the Xbox showcase and Call of Duty showcase. Also, the video will go up on YouTube and my website at OldFreakyGamer.com for all that stuff. And then on Monday, like I said, the Ubisoft Forward, which I'm looking forward to. Ubisoft they've been interesting sometimes. You know, they had the Avatar stuff last year and stuff. I got that game that was pretty interesting. I am really interested in seeing what Ubisoft has to show on that new Assassin's Creed. Because I really want to be a samurai. I forgot what it was called. It's the Assassin's Creed, but I'm really interested in what they might have to show for it. Because, damn, I would like a good Assassin's Creed game again. I still got to play Ragnarok. I played and beat Odyssey. I would like to see what Ragnarok is. I know that's old, but I know the Samurai one is coming up shortly, so maybe I'll just go to that one next and then go back to Ragnarok down the road. But it looks really interesting. I want to see some actual gameplay of it, though. And then they got that Star Wars Outlaws. Is that what it is that they're doing? Star Wars Outlaws? Or is it something else? I forgot what it's called. Maybe it's Outlaws. They got the Star Wars game that looks pretty interesting. I want to see how that's going to be looking, what that's going to look like. I want to see more gameplay on that as well. And anything else Ubisoft might have to show. Because, you know, sometimes Ubisoft has some interesting stuff. It's not always stuff that you want to buy and play, but sometimes there's some stuff that you might be interested in. I know I would. So we'll see. We'll see about that. And then, like I said, if there's a Nintendo one, Nintendo Direct after that down the road, if Nintendo decides they're going to do a Direct that week or something, I will cover that when that video comes out. And then the 14th, which is Friday of next week. That's going to be my birthday. Yes, 14th on Friday is my birthday. That's when I was born. I'm going to be a bit older, 38 years old. And I'm going to do a special stream. It's not just going to be for my birthday. It's going to be for my birthday. And even though it's going to be a little after, because my anniversary for OldFreakyGamer, OldFreakyGamer.com, was on Sunday, basically, would be this upcoming Sunday. That's the anniversary of the 1-year anniversary of OldFreakyGamer, people, on OldFreakyGamer.com, when I created this after Juju 2Cast. But I'm going to hold that off, that celebration, because of E3 and all that, because I started all this before and during E3 because I wanted a new, all gaming site and channel because I did other stuff with Juju 2Cast. I did politics, podcast. I did other stuff like that. And I just said, enough of talking about all that stuff. I just want to talk about video games, just do video games. That's what I've been doing for the longest time. So I focused it all on that, created OldFreakyGamer.com. And I said, why not? And then that was during E3 when I changed it around to all that stuff. But what I'm going to do, because like I said, it's E3 and I'm not going to do a whole celebration during E3 and all that. I'm going to do it on my birthday on Friday. I'll make it that. And on that Friday, I will be putting out videos. I'll be putting out that ROG Ally 1 year into the ROG Ally video. It's going to be my 1 year review, which I promised last time when I did a review on it last year. And I'll try to show off some games on it and show how it's been running since that 1 year. I know they got the new ROG Ally coming out soonish, where they updated it a little bit. It's not a ROG Ally 2, it's just an updated version of the ROG Ally. And I'll talk about that and stuff with that. I want to do that 1 year in review video then. And also, I don't know if I'm going to do a special podcast or anything for it. Maybe I will. We'll see. But I'm definitely going to have a longer stream day. I'm going to stream multiple games, party games, stuff like that. And it's going to be a stream. I'm going to start that stream at 6 p.m. Eastern time that day. That's what I'm hopefully going to do if technical difficulties abide. But it's just going to be me wanting to play more games, stream more games, stuff like that, play some party games. I got Mario Party I might want to play with the AI. I got maybe I'll play some Fortune Street, some other stuff, some regular games and stuff. Maybe Minecraft. I don't know. We'll see how I feel. I still didn't tack down all the games I want to play. I was thinking about maybe bringing my PS3 from upstairs and bring it down here and plug it all in and play some Infamous, but I don't know if I'm going to do that. I don't know. I'm a little lazy on that stuff, and I don't really want to be jostling stuff around and unplugging and plugging stuff, so maybe I'll play something off my Xbox as well. We'll see. Like I said, I haven't narrowed down all the games that I want to play on that day, but the stream is going to start at 6 p.m. Eastern on Friday, and it's going to go until I get really tired. It might be 10 o'clock, 11. We'll see. We'll see how long it's going to go, but it's going to be a long one. And it's just going to be me playing party games, enjoying my birthday, celebrating the 1 year of Old Freaky Gamer here, and more to come. Also that day, and I talked about this on the Games Attack podcast as well, also on that Friday, I am going to open up the floodgates of videos, folks, of past videos from the Juju 2Cast era, which used to be on YouTube, but I just got rid of the other stuff. But I wanted to put them all into the Old Freaky Gamer YouTube pages and stuff. Or what should I say? Not site pages. What is it? Channel. Yeah. And even though they're all in 720p because YouTube doesn't let me take 1080p video out of there, it's only 720p. I could did it a different way, but I just didn't want it. Would have took too long to get all the videos in 1080p off of YouTube. So all these backlog of gaming videos that I did since the early days, the beginning, back before I had any of this technology, folks, anything where I could do green screen and good audio, video, and backgrounds and all this semi-professional stuff that I'm doing now. I got videos of myself doing gaming and taking just a camcorder and recording video off like the TV set and doing audio and stuff. I got arcane stuff that I used to do back in the day where I had a little capture device box. It was from Archimedia. What was it called? What is that called? Acamedia. I forgot what it was called. I'm butchering the name. Acamedia. It was a little box, and you plug it into your TV and stuff, and then you can plug like a little microphone up to yourself, and you can record your audio while it's capturing the game, or you could just capture the game and record the audio later, which I would sometimes do and talk over it after. Oh, those were the days, folks. That was like, I don't know, 6 to 8 years ago when I did that, maybe a little longer. I did this stuff for a long time, folks, but I got a whole bunch mess of libraries. I got my whole back catalogs of I'm trying to think of all the catalogs. I got gaming sessions. I got like the God of War playthroughs and stuff. I have Yakuza playthroughs as well, when I did all my other earlier Yakuza Like Me playthroughs. Like I said, sure, they're going to be all in 720p, but I did a lot of work. I tried to take all the, the documentation of all of them. I put them to all the videos, because originally I was just going to take the videos, put them up on YouTube, and then just have it all in like one giant backlog. But then I decided, why don't I do a little work to them? It took many, many months of me doing this, even though they're 720p videos, but I had to get all the, like I said, the descriptions of each games. I had to redo some like title stuff. I had to edit some video like descriptions and stuff. It took a long time, and I just got done with this like a couple weeks ago. Barely a couple weeks. I think it was like last week, Monday or Tuesday, I finally uploaded the rest of my 720p video of like on Yakuza or something like that. Tons of videos, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of backlog videos. Like I said, on 720p, not always the best audio and video that I'd done back in the past, but I didn't have technology like I have now. I didn't have the video capabilities and the editing capabilities that I have now. And, but it's all archival history. So I created special archival captions for each of them. They're all in their own categories and their own lists and stuff, and playlists and stuff like that. So they're separate from all the new stuff that I got now, like the new GameOns. Like I got all the old GameOns on there. I got all the old Let's Plays, the old first gameplays and stuff like that compared to now. And those are going to be in their archival sections of it. And that's all going to go up on, that's all going to go public on the 14th. On that day, on me celebrating the 1-year anniversary of Old Freaky Gamer, from Juju2Cast to Old Freaky Gamer. And that's going to be a lot of stuff. That's going to be a lot of stuff going up. There's going to be a lot of other stuff. Like I said, the video of my trying to talk the Rogue Ally. Then we're going to have my stream. I'm going to celebrate. I'm probably going to have some cake. I'm going to probably be eating stuff while I'm doing the streams and stuff. I'm going to have fun. It's just my little birthday celebration of the site. Now, I wanted to get like new t-shirts and stuff. I was going to get a new t-shirt. I was going to do some extra stuff, but I just didn't have the time because I was busy at work, busy around the house because of the weather. Busy just getting stuff done. Like I said, archiving all the video footage. I just didn't have time, but I am going to do some interesting, maybe some background stuff, maybe some background celebration pictures or something. I'm thinking of some basic stuff, but it's going to be a fun day. It's going to be a fun Friday. It's going to be a big jam-packed Friday. And that's why I wanted to do it after E3, because even though my official 1-year anniversary is during E3, I felt like it would be the wrong time to do my celebration of stuff during E3, and I'll wait till Friday to do it because it'll be a lot easier. I'll be off of work that day, my official job that day, and I'm going to just celebrate. So I would love for all of you to come join me at 6 p.m. Eastern on the 14th of June, and we can all celebrate together. Old Freaky Gamer, 1-year anniversary. It's been 1 year. And a lot of stuff has changed. You know, like I said, I got the new website now. I got new stuff that I've been doing. I've been trying a bit harder for other stuff. And I just have been enjoying every day of it. And I don't make a penny of what I'm doing. I know I say this more than enough times for everybody, but like I said, I just do this for fun. Like I said, someday if I decide to put a donate thing on my or a tip jar on my website or something, I will. You know, not a big deal. If I decide to, I actually want to sell some T-shirts or something someday, I will. But like I said, in the meantime, I do this as a fun, lifelong hobby. This is, like I always say, this is going to be my lifelong hobby. You'll see me in 20, I'm going to go 20 years. You're going to see me with longer hair, big old gray beard or something. You're going to see me all decrepit and stuff, get decrepit in my old age. You know, if you look at my, like I said, when my archival videos come out and they go up on this on YouTube and stuff, and you watch me from my beginnings, you'll see I look totally different and sound and totally different. I am totally different from then to now, and then I'll have the future me. Oh, it's going to be crazy. If I could still do this when I'm old, if I could still hold a controller and play games, I will be doing this for a long time. If YouTube is still around till I'm old and gray, and if I'm able to still afford to do websites and podcasts, if all this stuff is still around, then I will keep on doing it till the day I die, which will hopefully be a very long time. I want to live a long time. If I could still be doing this at the age of 90 or something and still game and do straight up videos, then the whole Old Freaky Gamer will be, well, it'll be what it's meant to be. Old Freaky Gamer. I'm getting older. I'm a freaky man and I'm a gamer. I can't say it anymore or any differently. But everybody, like I said, it's been so far a great year. I've been having a lot of fun. You know, this is the best thing I love to do. It's the best hobby I want to do. Sure, I could have gone into a real business and been a real YouTuber, a real like journalist or something and worked for some other people, but why? Then it just turns into a job, and I want this to be my fun. This is just me getting away from things, getting away from the work, getting away from home responsibilities, just having a good old time. So until then, I don't want to keep bothering everybody. I don't want to keep you holed up. Thank you for watching. This has been a great GameOn sessions, playing Star Trek Resurgence. I'm definitely going to be playing more of this game because I've been having a blast with this game. I don't know if you're into the Telltale kind of games. So far, this has been a strong, glitch-free Telltale game. It's been very smooth so far. I'm surprised. Even though this ain't a Telltale game, but it's made by former Telltale people. They know what they're doing. And it seems like I'm watching like a movie or something, a Star Trek movie, or watching a TV show or something. It's really been really good. And I'm definitely going to keep playing more of this until I beat it. But yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for joining me. Like I said, this has been Game On. I stream, like I said, every Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, except for next week, which I will be doing at 6 p.m. when we do our celebration. So everybody, Mr. Mike signing out, and I'll catch you again with like some videos from Summer Game Fest, or should I say the Microsoft Showcase, Call of Duty Showcase, Ubisoft Forward, maybe Nintendo down the road, whatever. You'll be seeing me, be hearing me. Going to be a lot of great video and audio stuff coming up the way. Just go to oldfreakygamer.com. You know, sign up on YouTube. Go to YouTube. What is it? At Freaky Gamer 2018 or something. I forgot. They did. It's a weird thing. Let me look this up because I keep forgetting what it is. It's Old Freaky Gamer. Yeah, go to youtube.com/@oldfreakygamer-2023. There we go. That's youtube.com/@oldfreakygamer-2023. You can see it in the show description. on YouTube. If you catch this video on YouTube, or if you're on my website, you can find it in the descriptions. It's weird, but it's cool. So thank you, everybody. Once again, I'm Mr. Mike. This has been Game On, saying game on, game hard, world conquest. I'm pushing this gaming button, and the show is now game over. So everybody, peace. And if I can do this correctly, I'll do it the other. Live long and prosper. Yeah. The Spock method. Live long and prosper. Till next time.